Hello everybody and welcome. In this video I'm going to be showing you the basic parts of the camera, talking about how to assemble them, in other words putting the lens on the body, and then I will also be just showing you a little bit on how to handle the camera. Okay, so this is called the body of the camera. Alright, sometimes your camera will come with a lens, and by the way, the tips I'll be showing you today apply to most Canon digital SLRs. Okay, so this is kind of a mid-range Canon digital SLR, and I also have some Canon T7Is. This happens to be the 77D, and they're very, very similar. All right, so this is the body of the camera. Okay, this one happens to have a screen that comes out like this and also flips this way, which is really handy. But let's talk about how to put the lens on the camera. So this first lens that we'll be taking a look at is an 18 to 135 millimeter lens. So if it's all the way in like this, it is going to be 18 millimeters, and if you use the zoom there, it's going to go all the way up to 135. All right. And this one right here is a 50 millimeter lens. This one is not a zoom lens, it's fixed, so it doesn't zoom at all unless you're using your arms or your legs to get closer to the subject. All right, so the basic process for putting the lens on, first you want to take this off. Now inside here is the mirror and the sensor. All right, you want to be very careful not to touch anything in there. I really am hesitant to leave this cap off for very long at all, so that no particles get in there. All right, so I take it off, and then I also take the back off the lens. Now, this part right here is the front of the lens. All right, that's not what we want. We want to leave that on for now. The side that has a little thing that you can pinch on both of these, that's the front of the lens. We're going to leave that on. All right, we want to go to the side that has the grip right here. Okay. The cap that's pretty similar to the cap that goes on the camera body. All right, so now I'm going to take that off, and again, I'm hesitant to leave this off for very long at all. I don't touch it. I just want to get it on there as soon as possible so those sensitive parts are not exposed for very long. Now hopefully here you can see this red dot at the top there. All right, and there's also a white square right here. So on this lens, there happens to be a red dot right here. And so what I'm going to do is line the red dot here up with the red dot there, and now I turn clockwise until it clicks. All right, now that lens is in place. If you find it easier, you can put it down on the back like this, and sometimes that's an easier way to do it, just to make sure you're getting it on there right. At first it can be a bit nerve-wracking, but after you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. All right. Now to release the lens, to take it off, we need to push this button right here. Okay, so I push that button, and as I'm holding that button down, I'm going to rotate counterclockwise. All right, and that removes the lens. I'm going to put that cap back on quickly, put this cap back on quickly, and we'll go over to this lens. All right, now this one's a little bit trickier to put on because if you twist these things as you're twisting it, this one right here is the focus and this one right here is the zoom, you are not going to be able to get a very good grip on there with these two. So I'll show you what I do here. But also another thing to notice is this one has the white square. All right, no red dot, this one has the white square. So you'll see that all your Canon lens will have either a red dot or a white square. All right, so I'm going to take the cap off the body there, cap off the lens. Again, not the pinchy one here, rather I'm taking off this one that has the grip on it. So I'm going to line up the white square, and this time I'll try it this way. Sometimes I find that easier. I'm going to line up this white square here with the white square on my lens, and with this one, I hold it around the base, near where it meets the body, okay? Because again, if I'm holding it on this or this, it's not going to go on, right? I'm not going to get a good grip there. All right, so again, I am lining up my white squares here. All right, the lens is in place, and now again I grab around the base here to twist. Now, to take this lens cap off, you do just pinch these in and you're ready to go. You're ready to turn the camera on and start shooting. To put it back on, you pinch it again and it just kind of clicks into place. And sometimes it takes a minute to find. There we go. All right, one last thing here, and that is handling your Canon digital SLR. On the right side, there is this nice big handle here. You can see you can really wrap your fingers around there. So that is a great place to grip it. I usually put my thumb right about here. There's actually a grippy spot right there too. So I can just kind of grab that camera right there. This is a pretty safe one-handed grip, unless you have a really huge heavy lens on it. All right, I recommend putting the other hand kind of under the lens maybe, like this, or just under the base of the body is also a good place. You can absolutely hold it like this, but there's not really a great place to grab on right here. Okay, so just underneath the camera is usually pretty good there. Maybe you put your thumb over the lens, something like that. In addition, when I'm holding the camera, in terms of holding it steady, especially for shooting video, I usually put my elbows into my body. All right, I put my elbows into my body and I can adjust up or down. I can pan left or right, and I can tilt up or down. So that seems to work pretty well in terms of holding the camera steady. So those are just some really basic tips for handling your Canon digital SLR in terms of the lens, the body, and how to hold it properly. All right, let me know if you have any questions.